There's a myth that dual citizenship is only for the wealthy, the celebrities, the tech founders, the people with private jets. We see the headlines, don't we? Stories of Silicon Valley billionaires buying apocalypse insurance in the form of a New Zealand passport, or A-list actors acquiring European citizenship through multi-million-dollar real estate investments. The media paints a very specific picture, that a second passport is a luxury good, an exclusive status symbol reserved for the global 1%. It's presented as an escape hatch for those who can afford to buy their way out of any problem, a tool for the ultra-rich to optimize their taxes and secure their dynasties. This narrative is powerful, and it's pervasive. It's designed to make the very idea of holding more than one citizenship feel completely out of reach for the average person. It creates a mental barrier, suggesting that this conversation isn't even for us. But that narrative is fundamentally incomplete. It's a story that conveniently leaves out the most important part. The truth is, many Black Americans are unlocking a second passport with less money than it costs to upgrade your phone. This isn't a fantasy. It's a quiet revolution happening right now, driven not by billionaires but by teachers, nurses, artists, retirees, and entrepreneurs. These are everyday people who have discovered that the most powerful paths to global mobility aren't paved with gold. They are rooted in something far more accessible: heritage, skill, and strategic planning. We're talking about pathways like citizenship by descent, where your ancestral roots can open doors you never knew existed. We're talking about residency programs in countries that value your professional skills or your desire to start a business. The initial investment is often just a few $100s in application fees, document translation, and legal consultations, a fraction of what we're conditioned to believe is required. This isn't about buying a status symbol, it's about making a strategic investment in your freedom and your future. And here's why this matters now more than ever. Having only one passport, being tied to a single government, limits your safety, your opportunities, and your future. It makes you vulnerable. Vulnerable to political instability, to economic downturns, to social unrest, and to healthcare systems that may not serve you. It means your entire life, your family's well-being, and your children's future are all tethered to the fate of one nation. For generations, they told us our lives, our dreams, and our identities had to fit neatly inside the borders of one country. They sold us a vision of patriotism that demanded singular allegiance, often while failing to protect and provide for us. They were wrong. True freedom isn't about being confined, it's about having options. It's the ability to choose where you and your family can be safest, happiest, and most prosperous. A second passport is the ultimate optionality. It's a geopolitical life insurance policy. It's a key that unlocks the entire world as your potential home, your workplace, and your sanctuary. This isn't just theory, this is a practical guide. Today, I'll show you the cheapest and smartest paths to a second passport. We're going to move beyond the myths and get into the specifics. We will break down the actionable strategies available to you right now, focusing on the routes that offer the highest value for the lowest cost and complexity. I'm talking about real timelines, how many years it actually takes from your first application to holding that passport in your hand. We'll cover real costs, creating transparent budgets that account for everything from legal fees to government charges, so you can see just how attainable this is. And most importantly, I'll reveal the easiest routes to get started in 2025, highlighting the countries with the most favorable and straightforward programs for Americans, especially those in the Black diaspora. This is your blueprint for global citizenship. Let's begin. A second passport isn't about running from America, it's about expanding your world. Visa-free travel to more countries, tax and investment opportunities, a safety net during political or social chaos, options for better education and healthcare, passing global freedom to your kids. When you have two passports, home becomes a choice, not the only option. Now, let's break down the three most affordable ways for Black Americans to secure dual citizenship. The first path, and for many the most profound, is citizenship by ancestry. If you can prove your ancestral links to a country, you may already qualify for citizenship. This principle, known as jus sanguinis or right of blood, means your heritage itself is your key. For members of the African diaspora, this isn't just a legal process, it's a powerful act of reconnection, a bridge across centuries to a homeland. It's often the most direct and affordable route, transforming a sense of belonging into a legal reality. Let's explore some of the landmark programs available. Ghana has been a pioneer in this movement. Its Right of Abode program, established under the Immigration Act of 2000, grants individuals of African descent in the diaspora the right to live and work in Ghana indefinitely. While this isn't immediate citizenship, it's a critical foundational step. It removes the barriers of visas and temporary permits, allowing you to build a life. For many, this serves as a fast track toward full naturalization and a Ghanaian passport, solidifying a return that began with the historic Year of Return initiative. Sierra Leone offers one of the most direct citizenship pathways, based on genetics. The government has officially opened a path for individuals who can provide DNA evidence linking their ancestry to the indigenous ethnic groups of the nation, such as the Mende or Temne people. This groundbreaking policy acknowledges the scientific tools now available to mend historical wounds, offering full citizenship to those who can prove their lineage was severed by the transatlantic slave trade. It's a direct reclamation of identity, backed by verifiable science. Other nations like Nigeria and Liberia also offer heritage-based residency opportunities. While these may not always lead to immediate citizenship, they provide a legal framework for long-term settlement, investment, and integration into society. These programs are a formal invitation to come home, to contribute, and to re-establish roots in the land of your ancestors. Each country's laws are unique, so thorough research into their specific residency and naturalization processes is essential. So, what will you need to gather for this journey? The process is meticulous, but manageable. First, your DNA test results. Services like African Ancestry and 23andMe are highly recommended. African Ancestry is particularly valuable as it specializes in tracing maternal and paternal lineages directly to present-day African countries and ethnic groups, which can be crucial for applications like Sierra Leone's. Next, you'll need your ancestry trace documents. This goes beyond DNA. It includes birth certificates, marriage licenses, census records, and any historical papers that help you build a verifiable family tree, connecting you generation by generation to the ancestor who provides your link. You will also need a police background check. Every country will require proof of good character, so obtaining a recent criminal record check from your current country of residence is a standard and non-negotiable step in the application process. Finally, be prepared for the application and processing fees. These can range from a couple hundred to a few $1,000s depending on the country, legal assistance, and document authentication costs. Budgeting for this is a practical part of the planning. This isn't just paperwork, when this is reclaiming history. Each document you find, each ancestor you identify, is a piece of a puzzle being solved, a story being retold. It's the process of turning a fragmented past into a tangible future. Your family tree can become your passport. Countries where Black Americans feel welcomed and valued: Rwanda, safe, fast-growing economy; English-speaking Costa Rica, 3 to 5 years residency, citizenship; Panama, friendly nations visa plus path to citizenship; Kenya, long-term residency, naturalization. Residency isn't expensive, it's usually visa fees, basic legal processing, proof of income. Live there long enough, passport for life. Don't marry just for a passport, but if love finds you abroad, your relationship could unlock dual citizenship faster than any other path. Best places with simpler marriage, citizenship progression: Brazil, Barbados, Dominican Republic, Ghana, if spouse is Ghanaian. Let's put this into perspective. Most of these paths cost $200 to $4,000 total. Compare that to U.S. college student debt, medical costs. The price of being stuck. Freedom should not be a luxury. Before you apply, avoid these common traps: falling for immigration scams, paying lawyers before confirming eligibility, not checking dual citizenship rules in both countries, going in without a long-term plan. Your second passport is too important to rush or risk. The idea of moving abroad can feel overwhelming, like a distant dream, but every great journey begins with a single, deliberate step. It's about transforming that dream into a concrete plan, breaking down the monumental task of creating a new life into small, manageable actions you can take today. So, let's get practical. If you're serious about this, here's your roadmap. Here's what you can do right now. First, take a DNA test or begin gathering your family's ancestry records. This isn't just about personal discovery, it's a strategic move. Many countries from Italy and Ireland to Ghana and Poland offer pathways to citizenship based on heritage, what's known as jus sanguinis or right of blood. Your roots could literally be your passport. Uncovering a grandparent or great-grandparent from another nation might unlock a legal right to residency or even a second citizenship you never knew you were entitled to. This is the foundational work of connecting your personal history to your future possibilities. Second, with your ancestral map in hand, start your research. Dive deep into the residency and heritage acts of your target countries. Look for specific legislation that applies to you. Are you eligible for citizenship by descent? Does the country offer a digital nomad visa for remote workers? Perhaps there's a skills-based visa for your profession. This stage is about becoming your own expert. Read the official government websites, download the forms, and understand the exact requirements, timelines, and costs. Knowledge is power, and in the world of immigration, it's the currency that turns aspirations into applications. Third, join communities of Black expats who are already living the life you envision. You are not the first person to walk this path. There are thriving networks online and on the ground, filled with people who have navigated the same challenges and celebrated the same victories. Find them on social media, in forums, and through dedicated organizations. These communities are an invaluable source of practical advice, emotional support, and real-world wisdom that you simply can't find on a government website. They can tell you which neighborhoods are welcoming, how to find a good barber, and where to buy your favorite ingredients from back home. And fourth, start saving right now. Open a dedicated savings account and name it your Freedom Fund or Expat Fund. This simple act makes your goal tangible. Then, set up an automatic transfer. It doesn't have to be a huge amount. Even $50 a month is a powerful statement to yourself that you are investing in your future. That small, consistent action builds momentum and over time grows into the financial runway you'll need for visa fees, flights, and setting up your new home. Every dollar you save is a vote for the life you want to build. Remember, your freedom, your potential, and your peace should never be limited by the geographic coordinates of where you were born. Your legacy deserves to be written across multiple cultures and continents. It deserves more than one flag. This isn't about escaping, it's about expanding. It's about claiming your right to global citizenship. And the world, with all of its beauty, complexity, and opportunity, it's not somewhere you have to fight to get into. It's already waiting for you.